Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming, a more urban empire in Pravsburg. Alright, it has not been lost on me the outpouring of responses in the last video when I suggested that maybe I will start calling this series quits relatively soon. It seems that people really want me to go all the way into Era 5, and I'm honestly not opposed to that. It really just depends a lot on the support that you guys are showing me, but the only reason I was considering ending the series relatively soon is because, I mean, when you only do like 3 videos a week instead of daily videos like some other YouTubers, you know, it can take like a month or so to go through a series, and at some point, it starts to lose people's attention, and, you know, they play the game for themselves, and like, well, I don't need to watch someone else play it anymore, I'm playing it myself, and as a result, it doesn't always make a lot of business sense to keep playing a game, but I don't know, last video, you guys seemed really eager for me to keep going, so, alright, you keep doing that, then I guess I kind of have to, don't I? So anyway, hey, one thing I want to address, in a couple videos ago at least, I think like 3 videos ago, somebody pointed out that, yeah, old bro, and, come on camera, move faster, old bro. So yeah, it happened, 2 of my districts got the same name by accident, oops. So yeah, that sucks. I don't think that you're allowed to change it once it's happened though, can you? Let's see. I don't think it's a modified district thing. We may have to wait until after this next vote, but I'm not too sure. We'll see. I don't know. I don't think you can change a district's name once that's happened. So by accident, it seems that I already have made the mistake of getting 2 districts with the same name. I warned you guys it can happen, and yeah, sure enough, it totally did. So there you go. Oh, interesting. It looks like for some reason my average demands just drastically increased or something. What happened to my services? Are they not working as well as they're supposed to anymore? Well, that is interesting, isn't it? Why did everything go down after I reloaded the game? I almost wonder if it's one of those things where, like in a Paradox game, when you reload, it kind of recalculates a lot of things. I wonder if that just happened to me. Well, there are many things we could do to try and increase some of these Wheel of Life improvements, but we'll see. For now, though, we have Dynamite, which unlocks the ability to dismantle a building, the arms industry, construction companies, asbestos insulation, and a new level of road, which is pretty cool. Now, we are able to go down to personal hygiene, which will increase the health for the middle and elite classes, which is good. Promote dental hygiene. It's another edict, again, to emphasize health. Quarantine. This says quarantine, but I think it's supposed to be quarantine. No, Quarantine Authority Act? I would have thought it meant Quarantine Authority, but I might be mistaken on that. You know, the one thing we could do, though, is if we don't want to keep working on some of these Era 2 technologies, we could start looking at Era 3 right now. And some of these are actually very tempting. I mean, they're going to take longer, absolutely. But look at something like, let's say, the electric grid. Alright, not only does this unlock the phone booth, which is a new type of improvement to the city, also the washing machine, so department stores provide additional social life. The electric oven, so restaurant industry companies provide more social life. Close down gas infrastructure, which we don't plan on doing anytime soon. Join national electric grid, so our power plant makes us more money. The automatic train control for the railroad station, and improved efficiency for the power plant. Some pretty good stuff that we can do there. There's also automobile transportation. All social classes begin driving. Car stores, oil refining, ferry terminal, asphalt, road surface markings, traffic signs, bus network, refrigeration, water treatment plants, pretty good for the environment. Refrigerators, so more health and social life from department stores, which, again, there's a misspelling there. Department with a T. Department. This is the grammar Nazi coming in me, but I always find typos. Got a keen eye for that stuff. Restaurant hygiene regulations. There are some really good technologies that are available once you get up to about Era 4 and Era 5, especially ones that improve the city's administrative efficiency. So you reduce the cost of, let's say, everything you spend money on by 10%, which, for the size of our city, could save us hundreds of thousands of thalers. It's a big freaking deal. So that's something we could consider at some point. Getting to that point may take a little while longer. Bras! Yeah! What's this? Swimming hall, waste bins, endorse physical education. I'm not sure we have anything right now that would get us to that point in Era 3. But by Era 4, Solidarity, Community College, Child Allowance, where is it? I want to find an example of what I'm talking about here. Paperless office is a good example. Digital bookkeeping, income boost for a lot of these things, electronic mail, edict that reduces the running costs of the city. See, that's one of the things that I'm talking about. Very useful. Will save so much freaking money. But for now, we're still in Era 2. Let's go ahead and focus on finishing some more of these technologies out. I'm going to go ahead and move toward the hydraulics. We're going to unlock the high school. It's probably something we're going to want at some point in order to improve our personal growth since we're not at 10 anymore. And I would love to have as much brain power as is possible. Let's go ahead and modify up the district. I can't even remember what we did last time as far as modifying, but hey, I imagine that last week Pravus was smart. We are building up some new buildings in Wellage and Bilridge. Alright, so, Thornton, what do you have right now? You do not have a lot of infrastructure, but you do have a fair bit of industry. So let's go ahead and modify you now that you're making me some money. We're going to hook you up to the gas grid. We're going to go ahead and get you some more water. Actually, something I should check real quick. What is your traffic looking like? Districts. Thornton's at 89%, and by the time it finishes up, I know it's going to be a problem. So rather than have another vote later, let's just go ahead and upgrade the roads at least once. We'll get the water. We'll go to a cobblestone road, and we'll say that this is good enough, at least for the time being. I have seen a lot of people, by the way, suggesting, well, why are you going for the gas infrastructure when you have access to electricity? Surely that is far better. Go ahead and do that. And the reason I don't do it is because it is so much more expensive to do the electric infrastructure than gas. And gas gives you some pretty good bonuses, but I mean, I would be losing all of this money if I tried hooking up everyone to the electric grid right about now. Now, you could just raise taxes, but by raising taxes, you're reducing growth, so it's really a trade-off. You know, you can have the electric grid, and yes, that comes with some benefits. It boosts your companies, it beautifies the area up, but it costs 50,000 thalers per month to do something like that, so you're going to have to raise up taxes to make up that money, which reduces the growth, which kind of offsets the benefits of having that electric grid in the first place. I find in Era 1 and Era 2, you want to just go for at least gas infrastructure, and that's pretty much it. When you get to Era 3, that's when you can consider adding in electricity, and even then, I don't always do it. It really kind of depends on the district. Medium density districts, I am far more open to going ahead and upgrading. But right now, we only have one, and that's Smithmere. So at some point pretty soon, I'm going to want to start focusing on upgrading the density of my districts. And when I get to Era 3, I will look at those medium density districts, and maybe, just maybe, I will find them as good candidates to upgrade to the electric grid, but we will see. For now, though, let's go ahead and upgrade our industrial district and finish that off. Like so, thank you very much. That should improve the efficiency of Thornton significantly. Don't know if it's enough to give us any industrial demand, but there you go. This is not quite filled out, but relatively soon I could finish my last industrial district. I would like to finish out the rest of the map before I end Era 2 if I can, but we're getting kind of close to the point where Era 2 should be coming to an end here. We are making a lot of money, so I do need to keep upgrading things. And what I'm actually thinking about doing here is actually upgrading another district to a medium density, since I have the money to survive it, and going ahead and letting them do their thing. So if I went to, I mean, Farnham, for example, or Waltondale, or something like that, one of my earlier districts in the game, I could just upgrade it right now, or we could just go to Kilborough. Kilborough seems pretty good. Yeah, you know what, let's go to Kilborough. Let's modify, and let's see if we can just straight up increase the density. It's going to cost me a lot more money than it was before. I'm going to spend 1,000,000 thalers to upgrade this, and it will cost me another 113 thalers per month. 113,000, sorry. But it could be pretty good. Confirm zoning. I don't think I need to add in any more services than we have already, although we should pay attention to the roads. At some point, they will need to get upgraded. But for now, I think we're looking pretty good. Do I need any more services? I mean, I could build the courthouse, actually, which is an institution, but that costs 30,000 per month. There's a lot of things we could do. I don't think we need them right now. Let's just go ahead and confirm this for now. We will do a quickened vote. The council completely approves of this. We will try to get another medium density district going. Now, one thing I have been seeing in the Urban Empire Reddit and people discussing this kind of stuff, there is the theory, and I can't confirm this, but there is the theory that once you upgrade something to a medium density district, if you destroy one of the buildings, which we did just unlock the ability to do, it costs a little bit of money and some prestige, but you can destroy a building. Doing so supposedly makes it easier to, or frees up the lands to allow someone to build a medium density district a little bit faster than they would have if you left the building here. And that makes a little bit of sense intuitively. You know, it's a lot easier for a land developer to buy some clear land and build something up rather than buy someone else's business and their land, demolish it, and then build it up. In theory. And if that is the case, and I can't confirm it, but if that is the case, I think that there is actually a sneaky trick to demolish buildings rather rapidly. And that is to go to a district, modify it, change the zoning of it, and use personal funds, and it should cost you nothing, but it instantly demolishes everything in the wrong zone. And then you can go into it, adjust it again, use personal funds, it takes no time at all, and it's a quick way to immediately demolish everything without costing you a penny or any prestige. But again, I cannot confirm that it works that way. I have not observed it personally. Hydraulics. The recent inventions in machinery and power systems are spreading around the world like never before. The city administration understands how important the principles of hydraulics are. How should this understanding be put to use? Make sure the topic is taught in schools. To make sure it's used better in public services, or city administrators should understand it better. I wonder if this gives me brain power? I actually don't know what this all does. One of these might actually, like city administrators or public services, might actually be something that makes the water treatment plant a cheaper thing to operate, which we have not unlocked yet, so I'm not sure. It might have some good long-term benefits, but I'm not sure if it would work for us now. I'm going to say that we should make sure the topic is taught in schools. The result is the personal growth of everyone around a high school goes up. Okay, that's not quite as good as I might have hoped for, but it's not a bad thing. Making high schools better? Sure, I guess. I mean, sure. It's okay. It's not half bad. Done. Alright, so we are going to be modifying up this district, and that's going to cost me a chunk of money. There it goes, back down to 170k. But we're still looking pretty good, if you ask me. Young Sorelian Party wins the elections. The old came in with 23% support. Sorelian nationalism grows. They are demanding an independent and free nation. Looks like we are going to be getting our first medium-density building in the sector now, or the district, sorry. So that's good. Got a few more coming in. Beautiful. Love to see that. Yeah, actually, surprisingly, this district is starting to develop pretty nicely. High security and wellage. Do we want people to be more trusting or be more careful? I can become more cynical by doing so. No, I want people to be more like this. And I get a little bit more prestige, and I am considered more optimistic for doing so. This district is filled out, by the way, so I am going to try and create a new district, and we're going to say that this is our final industrial district in the game. Put it out, come something kind of like this. It's not quite right. Well, we want to have a sparse grid, certainly. What's the problem here? Is it too big? I wouldn't think so. The problem is going to be in one of these corners somewhere. Aha! Interesting. This seems to be the problem. Why? I don't really know. Huh. We want to do something kind of like that. Can I make you longer? What is the problem here? Why is this district fighting me so much? I thought it was going to be a very nice, easy district for me to zone, but apparently not. Is it too big? It actually might be too big. Huh. Alright, well then. Maybe we'll have a little bit more industrial demand than I thought. We could do something kind of like this. We'll have to have another smaller district here. But yeah, I think this actually might be just too large. Alright then, well, let's go ahead and build one out. Again, it'll be fully industrial. There we go. We're not going to put in any services, at least for the time being. We are going to use the city funds. Falland. I actually need to be careful that things aren't getting misnamed several times again. Of course, what am I going to do about it, right? You know, how am I going to catch it? I don't memorize every name. Hydraulics is done. That was actually pretty quick. Good. So we're done with this. The only things we are missing are personal hygiene, voluntary motherhood, which I think is actually one of the least important of the bunch, at least for now. And then epidemiology. Is the central hospitals a good institution? Surgical hygiene, mandatory vaccinations, toilet paper for improved health for everybody. Let's go for this one. This one just makes sense to me. It seems like a pretty crucial technology for us to have at some point. We haven't built any hospitals, but at some point we are probably going to want it. So, yeah, that seems pretty good. All right, new district. Let's go ahead and vote. Try to get a little bit more industry. We actually do have some industrial demand now, which is great. And once again, we are making an absolute metric ton of money, which is perfect. Makes me so happy. I love to see that. But yeah. How are we looking down here? Actually started to develop quite a few medium density districts, or buildings. There we go. Police funding. The communists are now in the game. The Communist Party wants to increase the budget for the police stations. Will you present the proposal to the council? Yeah. Police stations I don't think are the most important thing for me at this point, but... I'm going to say yes, but I oppose it. And it looks like everyone accepts this, so, oh well. I lose a little goodwill with the communists, but, overall, it's probably fine. Not a big deal. So let's take a look at the council. Yep, sure enough, we have communists now. There are 6 parties in our nation. I'm surprised I'm not getting some sort of notification when a new party comes into existence. I just sort of have to find out by accident. You'd think they'd let me know. But apparently, you would be wrong. Alright, we need to keep upgrading some of these districts. Aldbro, you already have a lot of the infrastructure I want. Orrington, you're next. Modify, infrastructure, add in some gas, add in some water, gas lights, sewers, and I don't know what your traffic is looking like, but do we want to upgrade you to another road? Cobblestone roads? We probably are okay on gravel, to be honest. I don't think that they necessarily need it. Let me think for a second. So right now you have, yes, you can tell visually that it's all gravel. And in these districts, also gravel. Most of my residential areas are actually doing fine on traffic, so we can get away with just doing gravel. I mean, if traffic's not a problem, then why pay for more, right? Yeah, I think so. Alright, anything we want to add into this, though? Such as a public library, which we have not built yet. Could build one. Have to destroy a lot of buildings to do so. These are actually surprisingly expensive. Honestly, Orrington is not a very good candidate for many of these services just because I'm going to be wasting so much radius. You could argue a small park is a good idea, though. You know, place something kind of like this. Yeah, we'll place a small park. Why not? All right, confirm, propose, quicken vote, done. Gonna go ahead and upgrade everything as much as we can. How are we doing in our new districts over here? Wellage is growing, but kind of slowly. We haven't quite filled out all the commercial areas in Billridge either. Despite the fact that we have really good commercial demand, I'm honestly kind of surprised it's not doing better. We are getting some new industrial buildings. Good, we're up to 354,000 thalers per month. Modify district. Begin the vote. And it passes easily. I wonder if they're ever going to add mod support into this game. If they do, I would like to see somebody create a mod for you to allow just skip to the end of the vote rapidly. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we did here as well. Infrastructure, add in the gas, add in the water, gas street lights, sewers, confirm, quicken to vote. There we go. Okay. It's going to make this stuff a lot better. Vote on funding change. Everyone wants to improve the funding for our police services, despite the fact that our security is really good. And I would think it's a low priority, but okay. Well, I just made all of our police stations more effective, but also more expensive. It's fine, I'm making plenty of money. The circus is coming again! More restaurants. Look, I like food, alright? Sue me. Begin voting. We are actually getting kind of close to being done with epidemiology, too. We're going much faster on our tech right now, which is awesome. Now we're up to 10 security, so we are meeting all of the goals there. All of the goals have been met. How are we doing over here now? Pretty good. Part of the problem is I don't think they have very many services, so they're less likely to grow up there, but it's alright. How are we doing in Falland? Districts. Traffic. Falland is down to 66%, so we're still good for at least a little while. Question of child labor. All of the city is buzzing about a tragic accident which led to the death of 2 young boys who worked in a cotton mill. The mill owner refuses to accept responsibility. Demands limiting child labor in factories have grown stronger, but many factory owners oppose regulation. What is your stance? Children's working hours should be limited, which improves the social life and personal growth of the working class, the middle class, and the lowest class. Which is pretty good. But monies that citizens can use on private companies, the elite lose a frick ton of money. Honestly, the elite are not going to be that important going into the late game. They are in the early game. But as time goes on, the working and middle classes become very prominent. And the more we invest in them, typically the better. I'll hear what the council has to say. No regulation is needed. I'm going to say that my personal view here is that children's working hours should be limited. The council will vote on whether 10-hour workday should limit children to work a maximum of 10 hours a day. Oh, and we finished with this one already. Good, so now we have toilet paper, everyone's health goes up, and we have access to some new edicts, which could be pretty useful. I'm going to go toward personal hygiene next, I think. That should be fine. Epidemiology is done. For decades, there's been a debate in the medical field on what causes disease. Slowly, the idea that miasma, or bad odors, causes illness is losing ground, and doctors agree that there's something else at play here. What work should you focus on? I actually think it's interesting that there was a time when people actually thought that bad odors and stuff was a really big indicator of, disease and stuff like that. And the truth is, they're right to an extent. It's not what causes it, it's another symptom of the issue. If you're around a rotting corpse where diseases are rampant and able to spread more easily, the smell should warn you to get away. It's one of the reasons we have a sense of smell the way that we do, but that's not the cause of it. It was just one of the symptoms to warn you away from it. But either way, fascinating stuff. So do we agree with Ignaz Semmelweis? Establishing basic hygiene practices is an important health and safety initiative. John Snow or Louis Pasteur, mandatory vaccinations. The health of the entire city goes up by 2, and we spend $1,000 extra at every clinic. I happen to agree with Louis Pasteur here. We're going to go for this. Mandatory vaccinations. Oh, everyone's against this one. All right. Well, well, no, wait. You can't tell me that everyone's against it and then say, never mind, everyone's for it. And we win. Okay, well, I'm confused. The communists are against it, of course. Standing in the way of mandatory vaccinations, how dare you. It actually says that so many parties should be opposed, but these guys all like it. There you go. Vaccinations are safe and provide some immunity to some of the deadliest diseases humanity has ever faced, such as smallpox, chickenpox, tetanus, measles, and meningitis. Vaccinations also are effective against other, less immediately fatal diseases, such as some forms of hepatitis and HPV. One of the greatest public health programs in history. There you go. All right, we're going to try to eradicate some serious disease. That's good. We need to keep upgrading some more stuff. Now, I could go for another medium district, but I'm not sure it's going to benefit me down here, at least for the time being. Falland, how are we doing? Whoops. Well, I could place an institution now, actually. Let's go to city data here. Districts. Traffic. Falland is getting up there at 79%. Still got a little ways to go, though. But I see several new buildings being constructed right now, so I guarantee you once all 5 of these are done, we're going to be at our 100% for traffic. Let's just preemptively go ahead and confirm some new infrastructure, including better cobblestone roads, some gas, and water access. Confirm, place, quickened vote, done. All right. Shouldn't take too long. We are now up to almost 400 thalers per month. Gosh, guys, we're doing really freaking well here. Temperance for students. Many students live in Brona. I can't pronounce any of this stuff. Making parties and drunken students a common occurrence. A temperance group called the Women's Christian Abstinence Association is worried about the young students' alcohol consumption, so it's about to start promoting abstinence among the students. The association asks for your support. Grant them some money, wish them luck, tell them they should concentrate on something else. I'm going to wish them luck. They can do their thing. If they want to persuade people not to consume alcohol, that's up to them. But I am not going to be supporting this one way or another. They are happy you support their temperance movement, even though there's not much you can do. Fun goes down in the district, but health does go up. Not the greatest of trades for me, personally, but oh well, we'll work with it. Now, let's go ahead and modify up this district, and then we're going to go ahead and construct our first hospital, which I think will be pretty useful as far as the overall health. Although we're doing pretty well on health right now, I really don't need to build the hospital. In fact, I've actually gone through, in practice games, and not built the hospital at all, ever, in the game, and done just fine. But I do think it'll be a useful institution to show you guys how this works, so we're going to place a hospital right about, yeah, maybe right here? Can I fit anywhere down here? I actually can. This is perfect. We'll place it right here instead. Hospital. That'll be our central hospital, right there. Look at it, it's gorgeous. It'll increase the city's health with a global bonus of 2, which is pretty nice. It'll cost us several million thalers up front, but we have plenty of money in the bank. 67 million thalers. Let's go ahead and do it. The Worker. The Social Democratic Party is impressed by what you have done lately. The party's newspaper, The Worker, wants to write a nice long article about you. Do I agree to an interview? Sure, but should I be careful about what I say? No, I like the Social Democrats so far. They've been quite nice to me. Sure, absolutely. Now, of course, the Old Cerulean Party is not happy about this, but the Old Cerulean Party, newsflash, is not going to exist for very much longer. So I actually would say that the better goodwill with the Social Democratic Party is a pretty good thing for me in this case. All in all, a net positive. I am thrilled. Alright, so very soon we shall now vote on the Hospital, which is another thing we'll be able to upgrade for some pretty nice benefits. Really need to worry about improving our fun and social life. I think I will worry about that a little bit more. Alright, so the hospital's done and over with. Now, we don't have any upgrades unlocked, but better health. It's a good thing. Pretty good with that. So let's look at, I don't know, let's say Brana, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, place of service. I'd love to get more fun, but to be honest, my only real option is a theater. Now, I don't have a theater in this general area, so it actually would be nice to build one. If I built one, like, right here... Come on. Come on. I know you can do it. I saw you. There you are. Place something like that? That would reach a pretty good number of places. Yeah, let's place a theater. Confirm. Propose. Quicken vote. Done. I'm not going to worry about improving social life right now. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Got plenty of time here. Now, I did see a question a few videos back asking, is there any downside to using the quicken vote as opposed to the normal vote? So far as I'm aware, the only downside is that you will be spending prestige. But as you're noticing, we are gaining prestige far faster than we are able to spend it, so that does not bother me at all. Now, we're going to go ahead and modify this district. I'm going to create one more industrial district and finish this area off, and then we are going to end this video. Hope that sounds good to you guys. Let us exit. Thank you very much. And now we'll place a new district. Just try to cover this entire area. There we go. Not like that. There we go. All right. Sparse again. With the anticipation that I will be upgrading these to a medium density at some point. Once again, we're going to make this entirely industrial. Confirm, confirm, quicken vote. Done. All right, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you are still enjoying this series. Be sure to let me know in the comments section if you are. Stay beautiful, everybody. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.